So, what up, guys, and welcome back to another Minox King video. Today I want to talk about something that people keep asking me about. A lot of people keep asking me, like, now that I'm trying to regrow my hair, why I'm not on finasteride. So I guess I just wanted to put out my own perspective on it, and I guess just clear the air because I feel like like everyone's perspective has merit. So let's talk about mine. So I took finasteride for a year and I started feeling side effects around 6 months in. Now I was not the type of person that was afraid of finasteride or um the whole nocebo, placebo, whatever effects where if you know said side effects, you start to feel them. That wasn't what was going on with me. The side effects came on gradually and then just started to, essentially just steamroll how I felt. So it started with um, a lack of libido. My sex drive tanked. I didn't feel like having sex anymore. Um, the best way I could describe it is it's almost like I forgot how, like, it's like my body forgot how to have sex, really. Like, I could get an erection at home by myself. Really, like, at random moments, but when it was time to do, like I just didn't feel like it. Like it just wasn't of interest to me. And then that brought on panic attacks because I guess since um I wasn't able to perform in that aspect, uh my body or I would start going into like a panic because I knew what my regular was and that I wasn't there anymore. So I started. So yeah, so a lack of libido and panic attacks. I'd have panic attacks at work. My heart would start fluttering. Um, you know, flush face, headaches. Um, yeah, and I started to look into what the causes were because I didn't want to stop taking finasteride because I'd already been taking it for 6 months. So I was like, you know what, let's keep it going and see if like it's things in my life that's probably or possibly affecting what's going on. So I ended up quitting my overnight. Well, not overnight. I used to work from 4 p.m. until whenever the fuck. 4 p.m. until 12 to 4 a.m. Um, so I quit that job because obviously that was not a healthy uh job to have. Like it really wasn't. Warehouse jobs usually aren't. So I quit that job. Um, I started eating healthier, staying hydrated, getting enough sleep, working out, the vitamin intake, everything. And it didn't subside until I stopped taking finasteride. And I took it, like I said, the side effects came on 6 months in, and um, I kept going for another additional months because again, I wasn't afraid of the drug. I wasn't afraid of of what people were saying online and stuff like that. But yeah, I took it for an additional 6 months to see how because if you look online, people will say you just have to keep going and eventually the side effects will subside, but they didn't. So like I said, I was on finasteride for a whole year, 6 months in, um, experienced side effects, and even after I stopped taking it, it took me about a year, 6 months to a year, maybe I would say even 8 months. I'd say 8 months to a year to actually start feeling like everything was back on track. And I feel like a lot of people that um that have, post finasteride syndrome and stuff like that, a lot of it, I'm not saying that like, finasteride doesn't affect your body or your biology, but a lot of it I feel is that mentally you start to feel as if like it's like, it's like once something fails and you know something can fail that's never failed before, now your mind is there, So once you're not able to perform, it's almost as if like that becomes like a mental block to what is normal. So, I had to eventually get to a point where I told myself that like, yo, you're fine now. You're able to get, if you're able to do this at home, if you're able to like get an erection at home and sustain it, you should be able to do it in the presence of a woman. You should be able to do it with people, you should be able to have sex, really. And um it it just boils down to that. Like you have to eventually look at yourself and understand that, you know, you're gonna be fine. Mentally, you have to tackle that like directly on some like, I don't know if you got to go to therapy or what, but for me personally, what I had to do was just keep attempting to do it. So I just had to keep on trying to have sex until, uh, you know, like I just had to keep on putting myself in that situation and telling myself, yo, you're good. You got this. Pep talks type shit in your head while it's going down, and just let it happen, bro. Like you can't, if you keep on looking at yourself as damaged, you're gonna stay damaged. Like it really does become like a whole mental like me versus me situation now. Like a year out from finasteride, and you still feel as if that's the thing holding you back. And I'm not saying that for everyone, like it's gonna be the same situation because everyone's body is different. And I'm sure people that have persisting post finasteride syndrome, over years, I'm talking like I see some people say like they haven't been okay for like 3, 4, or 5 years. And like I feel like in the short term, people that, don't have such a severe uh outcome, yeah, it becomes definitely mental. And sometimes, feel me, it's even harder to cure something mentally than it is to cure something if it was just like your biology. Because then, like, if it's just biology, then there's ways to get straight to a solution. But when it's mental, it's almost as if like, like it doesn't really matter what people are telling you when your mind or your mind is literally playing tricks on you. So yeah, for me, I just have to have more sex to get over it. um and find somebody that's willing to let that kind of play out, because yeah, there's going to be times when when maybe you don't believe in yourself as much, and you don't perform the way that you want to. But I feel like having a place or a space where you're able to you know feel comfortable enough to keep on trying is, it was crucial for me at least. So I don't think personally I had post finasteride syndrome. I feel like a lot of it again was like mental. Um, but yeah, I guess that's just how it played out. Um, the video's about to get to 10 minutes. Uh, yeah, I guess I could end it there. So, if you're a guy out there looking for an alternative to finasteride, on my page, I really recommend doing the topical minoxidil slash KX826 pyrilutamide route. If you had side effects from finasteride, because there's alternatives out there now. Like you don't have to, when I took finasteride, it's literally because there was, it was really the thing that was being pushed, and everyone said it was like safe, which I'm sure it is, but for the 1% of people or whatever, 2% that it does affect, and I'm sure like 2% of the male human population, I'm not saying that everyone has to take it, but it's a lot of people. So for those people that feel as if you're afraid of finasteride, there's alternatives that you should take before even getting to finasteride. And I have another video explaining what I would do if I was to start all over. So yeah, that's it, guys. It's the Minox King. I just wanted to share my story on how it happened and what went down. So there it is. All right, peace.